Hey, we got Drewz Viewz here, and I'm back for a little Anime Monday, reacting to some anime on Monday. And right now I'm at the halfway point of Apocalypse Hotel Season 1. I'll call it Season 1. I don't know if it's been renewed for a second season or what's going to happen, or if it's a one-season anime, because it is an original anime, I'm pretty sure, not based on a manga. But either way, I'm on episode 7 today, which is entitled Bow Down Deep But Always Aim High. So of course this is another one of the tenets, I guess the 7th tenet of the old owner's list for his hotel employees, aka all the robots like Yachio. So of course bowing is pretty important in Japanese culture, I think, as a sign of respect. But of course, aiming high with your service, I imagine. I don't know if this will be some kind of double meaning in either direction. Not all of the episode, all the episode titles are like these tenets, but they're not all necessarily so worked into what happens. I mean, the one last episode, I guess, was our only vice's service, so that was pretty well worked in with Yachio and the new guest, the Harmageddon. Harmy, quite an interesting episode there, kind of like a space supervillain who just destroys worlds. Of course, Earth was already essentially destroyed. He got a sense of respect for Yachio and her ethos, so he decided to leave Earth in the end, even though he was somewhat enjoying her company in the hotel, because, space heroes were out to get him, and they would just keep showing up on Earth and destroying it more, potentially destroying the hotel. So yeah, either way though, pretty funny stuff with Ponko thinking that they, basically thinking Yasha was in love with Army, and of course it doesn't seem like she's programmed for any such thing, but still a funny element here. Yeah, so that also the Ponko and her family, well, she's still working at the hotel, I guess, but they all moved out there. They were moving out at the beginning of last episode to like a house they built across the street or something. And it's been like 100 years since, the whole family, the Space Tanuki family, has been living at the hotel. So time keeps moving on. You never know what you're gonna get with one of these episodes and how much time is gonna have passed. So the only way to find that out is to get on into the episode. And I will aim high while doing it. Let's go. I'm not sure what this chant is. Ventura, space people. It's 903. Guess summoning assembly. Are they trying to do some kind of summoning ceremony? Occult ideas. Oh, this is Ponko's idea. Nostradamus, eh? She did have the prophecy last time, or something like that, of Armageddon coming, which she did. There's our boy. Yeah, the hotel manager or owner. Certainly not short on big ideas. True. He really wants to know when it's gonna rain. Oh, what's that motion? What is that? Of course. かつて世界のどこかで実際に進め神の杖金属の棒であり地球に向かう速の落下エネルギーを伴いもなく消すことができる。核兵器である。
ポンコ、ちょっと前に気づいたんだ。しても守る力がなかったらいつか誰毎日不安で意地をも持ったけど、意外とも衛星作るなら神の杖も作る
だけならミサイルでいいんじゃねえか。
いいか。
なの。
それに
じゃあ今から宇宙条約を一時的に無視。
Classic politics.
手に法律を作るのはまずい。
ただの多数決です。
一時的に無視する国内法制定に手を挙げて。
いえ。
I'm with you, Ponko, I guess.
必要なのはホテルの広告衛星で杖が必要だとは思えません。
ダメ。予言書。これ予言書。
私の意見は変わらないと思います。
Wow. Can't call your boss adult.
昨日はごめんね。
ちゃんと説明できずすみませんでした。ガローに神の杖を。
分かった。
それでは本日もお客様の呼び込み業務。
ベントラスペースピープル。ベントラ神の杖。
I even said it, but I'm still surprised at whatever each episode brings with this show. You really can't predict it.
ザギンの皆さん、ポンポコポン。我々は選択者からホテルが神の手によってホテルを守ること。いや、義母なる星地球を。
Stepmother, I thought like that.
ではそこの有権者のあなたの杖が配備されず侵略者が現れたら、侵略者は我々の主権など決して認めなくの果てには縄張りを示すために。
Oh, yeah, back to the latrines. Speaking right to the individual voter.
と打ち上げる神の杖こそがこのホテルを救う道な。
Pum, 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 pum.
ええなあいつら。
どうして？
ポンコさんの行為は施設内での政治活動禁止の項目があり
してるだけじゃん。
I don't know about that.
なのですか。従業員であるポンコさんがこのようべき処置を取らせていただきます。
しかるべき処置。
You're fired.
なお方にはやめていただきます。
ジョーちゃんってロボットみたいなことしか言えないの。
ロボットですから。
カチコチ頭。
はい。ロボットですから。
Sorry, Ponko, she is a
ポンコ
robot.
さん。ポンコさん来ないで。
ポンコさんがホテルのことを考えてくの杖は。
もう逃げるのは嫌なの。子たち故郷の星から逃げなくちゃ。ずっと逃げてきたんだもん。もうここからは逃げたくないの。好きでヤチオちゃんを置いていったわけじゃないでしょ。もう逃げたくない。ヤチオちゃんを置いていったりなんかは友達だもん。友達だもん。
She's also a robot.
ジョーちゃんやみんなとこのホテルで楽しく過ごしたいもん。積んだロケットを飛ばさないといけないの。
気持ちは分かりました。
どうして分かってくれないの。
AI の最適解とは異なりますが、守り続けていくためには守ってばかりではいけないのかもしれません。
But how are they actually gonna build this? Mid-screen.
ように私も神の杖は必要だという考えに。
できることなら何でもするわ。にプロもいるしね。
よせよ。私
Where will they get such
住
an
むとな
expert?
ると専門的な知識がポンポコユニバーシティの宇宙工学科を
そうだったんですか。
It's like a whole separate
乗ってきた宇宙船
show.
本当は直せたんですね。
本腰入れてヤチオちゃんと神のどうかみんなにも力を貸してほしい。
Nice montage music.
構造上の問題から RM の外側に取り付けます。太陽
何乗ってたのとは違う。
衛星分離後ポンコはそのまま定期何か質問は。
本当でしょ。大丈夫なの。
宇宙育ち森があるの。あとは重量の問題ね。
She needs to weigh less.
の船外活動ユニットや向こうでの食事
あ、ヤチオちゃん
過ぎています。
ごめんね。なかなか重量の。
では私も手伝います。
第1および第2エンジンステージング完了。ペイロードモンダルは目標の範囲。シミュレーションスタート。あとは生命維持システムを削るしか。やちおちゃん、さすがに全部は。
たかもしれません。私が乗ることです。車用の酸素タンクやその他の太陽光から電力を供給するため。
ダメだよ。 100% 安全じゃない処方なんかもポンコの方が詳しいし。
True.
全でないならばに対処法はポンコさんからその時を襲う。
宇宙なめ
She is no life.
生命が生きられない場所なんだよ。
ロボットの私が適任です。
あわ、生きてるもん。
他の解決策を考えている間に
Smarmy.
どうするんですか。神の杖を配備しましょう。皆さんといつまでもホテルを
ゲットでポンコがやちおちゃんを宇宙に届ける。
見えてきました。
Hate it when my favorite hotels close due to planned rocket launches.
まったくクレイジーだ。
Okay, that's been 70 years in this episode alone.
道のりでした。壁にぶ
全ての壁は扉である。あとは
Good point, door opener robot.
遅くなりました。
ちょうどだよ。やちおちゃん、その格好で行くの？
ですのできちんと髪も留めました。
やちおちゃん大丈夫？初めての宇宙だし怖くないかな？
その感情はわかりません。
You're finally starting to get it, Ponko.
ポンコだけだよね。地球って本当に綺麗だからびっくり。
楽しみですね。
手を貸して。やちおちゃん大好き。
ます業務を滞らせるといけません。
ない。
Counting in English?
イグニッションシーケンス。
Guess that would be the NASA way.
リフトオフ。
You're watching from afar.
第1ブースターの超音速で最大動圧に到達。
了解。
スロットルダウン。
スロットルダウンします。第1ブースターセパレーション。
Check into
イン完了しました。こちら HG1 推進。
こちらザギン、順調だね。
銀河楼10足を目指して一つ食と冷静に今日というしおりを。おもてなしには裏もなし。広告衛星の分離を確認。続いて RF
RFG is deployed. Oh. Doesn't seem good though.
太陽フレア。
Pop the champagne too early, I think. Yacha looks like she's frozen in space. Uh-oh. Frozen and floating in space.
観測人間なら即死レベルだ。
こちらザギン、やちおちゃんどうしたの？やちお
Whoa.
ちゃん。
ポンコさんの
So you can process that.
絵は綺麗でした。これがそうなのかもしれませんね。きっと
Get stranded in space Easter egg.
エクストラミッション。宇宙で迷子になる星屑になることを推奨します。
Conversion into space debris. Oh man.
さんにもう会えないのか。怖いです。
So you can feel fear of a certain kind, eh? I do want to see, is this rod from God like a real thing that this is called? Okay, yes it is. Kinetic bombardment. Rods from God, the colloquial name for a theoretical kinetic orbital bombardment system proposed by the US military that uses dense tungsten rods dropped from space, relying on gravity to achieve immense speeds and deliver powerful impact energy without explosives, potentially equivalent to nuclear strikes, but with no fallout, though challenges with cost and accuracy remain. The concept explored under Project Thor in the 1980s involves satellites launching telephone pole-sized rods, 20 feet long, 1 foot diameter, that hit targets at Mach 10, which is over 7,000 miles per hour, within minutes, capable of penetrating deep underground bunkers. Well, that's the AI overview from Google, at least. I guess I will trust the AI, like how Yachio is and everything. But yeah, so it is based on a real thing. Yeah, so Pongo very into these Nostradamus theories, books she found. Yeah, like I said at the beginning before I started the episode, you never know what you're gonna get with the Apocalypse Hotel and then Yachio's floating in space as space debris. Yeah, so they went up there to build the rods from God. Obviously, it did make sense that Yachio went instead of Ponko. So we saw Ponko would have likely died, but they had the weight issue anyway of getting all this stuff in the shuttle, which is why Yachio said she'd go in the first place. But yeah, 70 more years passed. I guess it took them less time to get their rocket complete than to perfect their whiskey distillery. I think maybe it did around the same time. Either way, though, it's kind of convenient that Ponko is like a math genius or whatever, science genius, but whatever. I do think that obviously they will find a way to get Yachio back from space here. Who knows how long that'll take, or if she'll be able to stay together or not float all the way away. But I mean, there's 5 episodes left in the season. There must be. I'm sure she'll be coming back, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they take care of that. Yeah, so basically the first half of the episode was Yachio and Ponko at odds somewhat, but then in the second half, Yachio decided to agree with her. And, you know, funny stuff at the political rallies and whatever, Ponko, and speaking directly to the hearts of the individual robots, like Flycatcher Robot. I like that. Obviously, at the core, Ponko, like she said, wants to stay here in the new world and on Stepmother Earth and not have to flee again, living too much of a life running away through space and whatnot. So makes sense. And then Yachio was able to come to an understanding with that despite her programming. Obviously there's still disconnect between Ponko and Yachio in terms of that Ponko is treating her too much like a human, not being able to grasp or at least internalize that Yachio really is just a robot, doesn't have these emotions that she herself feels, Ponko. But at the end, I don't know, Yachio did say it did scare her not to be able to see her friends again, whatever, the hotel again, all of that. That's not the same type of fear as like a human would feel, but it's something. So I don't know, is she just so ingrained in the programming to care for the hotel that this is why everything's happening? Or is there some part of the AI, of the robot, that can grow and change still and become more human? Well, yeah, another interesting and entertaining episode. We got to space, so there's a bit of a cliffhanger there, of course, because I do, think we'll have to get Yachio back down on Earth. At the hotel, will Ponko go up to try to rescue her in some way personally, or will they be able to get her down some other way? I shall find out maybe on episode 8 next time. Presumably I will. I assume they're gonna have to address this right away. Again, you never know with this show, so looking forward to that one next Anime Monday. Do join me back for that. But until then, I'm gonna be up out of here. Peace.
行ってきます。